This story is written by Dheeraj Kumar. Salute to him. It was 12:30 at night. The bus carrying senior college students from Kolhapur to Dharashiv was passing through the jungle route. After finishing their trip, they were returning to Dharashiv. All the students were exhausted from having fun all day and had fallen asleep. Near the door seat were Vikas sir and Sushil sir. They were snoring. The bus driver, Vijay Mama, was also driving in his sleep. On the seat next to him was the peon, Pandu Mama, when suddenly a zone of wild sounds appeared in front of the bus. Vijay Mama stopped the bus in the jungle. After a while, when the path cleared, the bus started moving again. Shortly after, Shyam, who was sitting on the second seat behind Vikas sir, woke up. Shyam was 21 years old. He was very bright in studies but always kept to himself, didn't get along with anyone. Nor did he have any friends. He was sitting alone on the second seat. He needed to go to the toilet. Sir opened his eyes halfway and looked outside the window. The bus was still in the jungle. "Sit for a while. When the jungle ends, wake me up and I'll stop the bus at 2, he said, and then closed his eyes and went back to sleep. Shyam started looking outside the bus window and waited for the jungle to end. Soon the jungle ended and the bus reached a deserted place. He woke up Vikas sir and they asked the driver to stop the bus. As soon as the bus stopped, Vikas sir said to someone, "If you need to use the toilet, get off now. Otherwise the bus will only stop at Dharashiv." Hearing the announcement, Shrikant, who was sitting in the back seat, woke up from his sleep. Vikas sir got off the bus first with a flashlight. Following him, Shyam and Shrikant also got off and went to different bushes to relieve themselves. Shyam returned after using the toilet, but Shrikant hadn't come back yet when suddenly Shrikant screamed loudly. Hearing his scream, Vikas sir and Shyam ran towards him, but then Shrikant came out of the bushes. "What happened? Why did you scream?" "No sir, a slipper-like thing cut and pricked my foot." Hearing his voice, the driver and Poon also got down. They were about to get back on the bus when a bike stopped right in front of it. "Hey brother, aren't you from around here? Don't you know that people always encounter the Chakwa on this road?" the biker said upon hearing the name Chakwa. Vikas sir replied, "Yes, we know. We are just leaving," and they all got back on the bus. "Sir, what was that man talking about? Which chakra?" He turned around from the front seat and asked Vikas sir. In Hindi, Chakwa means illusion. It's said that the souls of those who die while traveling at night become illusions. The illusion catches travelers at night and doesn't let them reach their destination. It keeps them wandering in the same place. No matter how much you run or drive fast, you'll end up where the illusion caught you. Or people will lose their way and end up in some damn place where the illusion wants to take them. Vikas sir explained. After this, the driver said, and the passengers keep wandering around the same place all night. They remain lost until the sun rises. As soon as the sun, their strength diminishes. I have some driver friends who were also caught by the apparition. They say the apparition only catches those passengers who are tired because it's easy to overpower them. Then the apparition becomes very dangerous, the peon said nervously. "Oh, it's not dangerous at all. This is all superstition. When a driver gets tired, it becomes difficult for him to understand the road. That's why he gets confused and loses his way. This is what uneducated people have named as ghosts, like Chakwa or Chalawa." Vikas sir said, "These are all just stories." Shyam and Shrikant were listening. "No, apparitions do exist and some are even deadly. My grandfather was so troubled by an apparition that he barely survived. Many of the accidents that happen at night are due to apparitions. They are the ruthless hunters of the night. The passengers' fatigue and fear are their strength. Like hunters, they scare, chase and kill the passengers, making them their prey. All we know is that they died in a car accident, but the cause of death is the apparition, sir." Shyam said in a spooky voice, "Sir, don't listen to him. His aunt is a writer. He must have heard these stories from her. And writers make a living by creating stories. That's how they run their households." The back seat. Shrikant, sitting on the back seat, said, "Shrikant, shut up and go to sleep." He scolded, and then everyone closed their eyes and went to sleep. Some time passed. Sham was still awake and looking out the window. The bus was passing through the middle of a forest when he saw that there was a closed tea stall by the roadside. But I saw this tea stall earlier in the previous forest too, he said to himself and started looking out the window. Then he realized it was the same forest, a deserted place. He came first. He ran to the driver. Uncle Vijay was driving the bus in his sleep, blinking occasionally. Uncle Vijay, which forest is the bus in? It must be in some forest. There's less forest on the way, isn't it, Uncle? We've reached the same forest again where the wild animals came in front of the bus in the morning. No, son, you must be mistaken. That forest was left behind long ago. Hearing their argument, Vikas sir woke up from his sleep. What happened, Sham sir? We've been tricked. It has caught us. Because the bus has come back to the same forest it passed through before. But Vikas sir, like the driver, didn't believe him either. Sir, if you don't believe me, look outside. In a while, you'll see a truck overturned on the side of the road from an accident. And soon everyone saw the overturned truck on the side of the road. Seeing this, everyone was shocked. The driver also admitted that Sham was telling the truth. And then the forest ended, and the bus reached the same deserted place where it had stopped a while ago for a toilet break. Seeing this, everyone's eyes were wide open. Vikas sir was completely stunned. Shrikant had come forward from the back seat. Everyone's faces turned pale. The bus was still on the road, and then they reached the same forest again. They all realized they had been caught in a loop. The driver was looking for another way.
But the bus kept coming back to the same forest. It seemed as if there was only one road in the whole world that kept bringing them back to the forest. Sir, how do we get out of this loop? I've heard that you can only get out of a loop.
When morning comes, that means we'll have to keep traveling on this road all night, from the forest to the wilderness and from the wilderness to the forest. Why don't we wait for the morning and stop at the same place? The driver said while driving. But maybe I've heard that stopping in a haunted place isn't a good idea. No, sir. My aunt told me that if you find a safe place, there's no problem stopping. That's all she told you, and there's no other way. But that's not for now. And anyway, if the spirit that caught us is weak, its powers will weaken in a short time and we'll be free from the spirit. Then it can't catch us again. Hearing all this, Mr. Sushil, who was asleep, woke up. Hey, what happened? Have we reached my village? Sushil yawned and said. Then everyone told him about the incident that had happened. Hearing this, Sushil was shocked. But then the driver shouted loudly, "Sir! There's a village ahead!" Hearing this, everyone ran towards the driver, and then they saw a sign on the side of the road that said, "Welcome to Boat Village." Seeing this, Mr. Sushil shouted loudly, "This is
My village! But how did we get here so quickly? We've only been out of Kolhapur for barely 2 hours and my village is 67 hours away from Kolhapur.